The Russians struck a hospital in Kharkiv. We will show you the first minutes after the strike and the evacuation of people. Meanwhile, Russian propagandists are telling Russians that Trump will not give Ukraine Tomahawks and are threatening nuclear war. I am Albina Pidhirnyak. The important news is coming up for you. The day before Russia used an air bomb against an ordinary city hospital in Kharkiv, I want to show you what the hospital looked like in the first minutes after the strike and during the evacuation of patients, including those bedridden.
Another time. Plus. We walk in an amputated state. Don't worry, only. Don't worry.
That this summer is cocoa.
This bitch walked for 2 days. The girls went out for a walk. And she?
Are you doing well? There's nothing, there's no blood. Let's go now. I'll tell you. She said that. You were there. Let's go now.
Last night, the Russians also struck Chernihiv and Sumy regions in Zaporizhia. The occupiers killed a married couple the day before. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky noted that 57 people are injured as a result of the strike on the hospital. In total, the enemy launched more than 90 drones.
Last night, Russia's air terror against our cities and our infrastructure continued again. The main targets were our energy facilities. There were 96 attack drones. Most of them were shot down, but unfortunately, not all. Yesterday evening, they dropped air bombs on Kharkiv, hitting a city hospital. 57 people were injured. An absolutely terrorist, cynical strike on a place where lives are saved. They also attacked energy infrastructure in the region. In Kirovohrad region, civilian infrastructure was damaged, including railways in 2 villages. In Sumy region, there were strikes on energy and an enterprise. They also struck Donetsk region. Everywhere it is needed, the necessary services are now working, and recovery is underway. I thank everyone involved. Every day and every night, Russia strikes power plants, power lines, and our gas facilities are also under attack. The world can deprive Moscow of the ability to carry out these brutal strikes against life. Our partners know what is needed for this: Patriot, NASAMS, SAMPT, and other vital systems. We are counting on action from the United States, Europe, the G7, and all partners who have these systems and can provide them to protect our people. Ukraine needs enough air defense to close the sky from missiles, drones, and guided bombs. Then Russia's air terror will lose all meaning. The world must force Moscow to sit down at the table of real negotiations. Only peace through strength can bring results. Thank you to everyone who is helping.
NATO Secretary Mark Rutte said that the fact that alliance countries didn't shoot down Russian planes that entered their airspace was a strong gesture, since NATO is much stronger than Russia. He said it would have been wrong to strike someone weaker.
Is that they are saying if a plane would pose a threat, we have the authorities to do if necessary, the ultimate. But if the plane is not posing a threat, we are not going to shoot it down. And then we will gently guide it outside the airspace. This is exactly what they should do. And I totally agree with that approach, because we are so strong. Proportional response. It's proportional response, exactly. And we are so much stronger than the Russians. We don't have to take down Russian airplanes because they enter our airspace. We do it if they enter our airspace and also pose a threat. If we were weak, you might maybe think, okay, we are weak, so we have to immediately show them that whenever they enter our airspace, we shoot them down. But if they don't pose a threat, being so much stronger than the Russians, I think it is much stronger that our reaction is as it is, proportionate, and of course making clear to the Russians that we are not too happy about these incursions. Then
Lukashenko is once again supposedly calling for agreements as if he cares about Ukraine's fate. At the same time, he threatens that Europeans allegedly want to divide the western part of our country. Among other things, Lukashenko also said that Russia shouldn't be afraid of Tomahawks, claiming that this is just Trump's way of negotiation.
There have been a lot of dangerous escalation signals lately. From the United States, we are already hearing arguments about Tomahawks. And this weapon is such, it can reach far, if anything.
It will reach far, yes. No, I think that we need to calm down in this regard. I have already told you once, perhaps even to you, that our friend Donald has a certain tactic of working on the most acute issues, first of all. Therefore, it seems to me that he is bending the relevant authorities and people in some way. In some cases, it works more harshly, and then the tactics are such that he lets go a little and moves away. Therefore, you should not take it head-on, that tomorrow it will fly. And then, today the world is diverse. There is an antidote to any poison. And I think the President of the United States understands this better than anyone. And in order not to slide into this rut, when an antidote is applied to this serious poison, he understands that this should not happen, and I think that it will not come to this. As I understand it, knowing him a little as a person. Therefore, everything will be fine.
When do you think the Kiev regime will realize that negotiations are better than war?
You know, I was more and more inclined to accuse European leaders and Europe of inability to negotiate. But today we have been receiving a lot of information in recent days that it is not about the United States of America, which really wants to move forward here, not about Russia, which is ready to advance, and not about European leaders, but more about Vladimir Alexandrovich Zelensky, the problem. I think that he will understand everything and understands. Well, you understand his position. What will he be if he takes these steps like this, out of nowhere, as he understands? It seems to me that Vladimir Alexandrovich is inclined to be under the most powerful pressure from the outside. Well, then, under this pressure, appropriate decisions will be made. But we need to act urgently. Russia is advancing at the front. I say this responsibly, because I actually observe it every day. And this can lead to the disappearance of Ukraine as a state. Well, look at these stupefied neighbors, from the west, first of all, Ukraine. Already known forces in the state see themselves in western Ukraine. They are already ready to chop off part of Ukraine, as it was before the start of the Great Patriotic War. Do you also understand what I am talking about? Therefore, the needing there is very serious. And I would like the President of Ukraine to hear my proposals and understand that no one will bring happiness to him on the territory of Ukraine, except for the Slavic states. Then you need to sit down and agree.
I remind you that the day before Trump said he plans to speak with Putin once again, and if Putin doesn't agree to make peace, then Ukraine will receive Tomahawks.
Well, I don't know. I might have to speak to Russia, to be honest with you, about Tomahawks. Do they want to have Tomahawks going in their direction? I don't think so. I think I might speak to Russia about that, in all fairness. I told that to President Zelensky, because Tomahawks are a new step of aggression. Right? You understand that very well.
Are you saying that you will speak to Putin first about Tomahawks?
I might talk to him. I might say, look, if this war's not going to get settled, I'm going to send them Tomahawks. I may say that. The Tomahawk is an incredible weapon, very offensive weapon. And honestly, Russia does not need that. They don't need that. Yeah, I might tell them that if the war is not settled, that we may very well do it. We may not, but we may do it. I think it's
Turkish President Erdogan could help end the war in Ukraine. Trump also said this the day before, noting that Putin would listen to Erdogan. In fact, Xi Jinping and Erdogan really do have serious influence on Putin.
The players, and especially Erdogan, they also help in the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Yes, Erdogan can. He is respected by Russia. I can't say about Ukraine, but Putin respects him, and he is my friend. You can see why. I get along with the strong, I don't get along with the weak. I get along with the strong. I don't know why so, but Erdogan has been great with me. When NATO has problems with Erdogan, which happens often, they call me to talk to him. I never failed to solve this issue almost immediately. It's true.
Dear viewers, thank you for watching this video. Give it a like and leave your comment. I'll be grateful for your activity and communication. Take care. See you soon.